So here we are once again at the San Domingo Placer area in Arizona, and we're going to do some gold nugget hunting today. I was out here yesterday and managed to get a nice chunky little piece, and I think I'll give it another try today, and maybe I can get lucky twice in a row. Again, we're going to be using the SDC 2300. It's a Minelab Detector. I love the way this thing folds up. So compact, easy to use. And we're going to walk up ways here and hunt over the other side, top of that hill. And I wasn't expecting a nice chunky one yesterday. I was more thinking along the lines I was going to get something small, flat, but ended up picking up a pretty nice little nugget. Hopefully we'll get lucky again today. Get this thing all set up and off we'll go. I just love sunrise out here in the desert. It's so nice. And I know I've showed you guys this before, but this is a little wash that just got hammered by a larger operation years ago. This sedimentary mudstone looking stuff is really cool, and it's in layers in here. It just amazes me. And the gold gets down in these little cracks, and I've pulled a lot of nuggets out of these little cracks over the years. And the sun's coming up over there to the east. We're going to go over the top of this little hill. I got a nugget over there yesterday, like I said, and see if we can't get a nugget today. It's Father's Day today, so maybe I'll get a Father's Day nugget. What do you think? Getting this machine set up and ready to go is pretty simple, and we're using a wireless system on this one today. This is a Minelab ProSonic. It's pretty cool. It works with this right here, and that way I'm not tethered by wires. So we're going to turn the machine on. Simple as pulling out on this, turning it one notch that way, and we're set up in green right here, which is the recommended starting point on this machine. And as you can hear, the sound's coming out over here. And I can also wear headphones. Okay. First step you do with this machine is we're going to do an air tune. And I basically locate the noisiest spot, which is this over this way because there's a cell phone tower. And we're going to push this button right here, and we're going to wait for the detector to, gonna fall down here, for the detector to do electromagnetic interference check and set itself up. Seems like it takes longer than it does. It really does. And you try to hold it as still as you can. There are two tones you can set this up in. There's a high tone and a low tone. And other than that, after this EMI check, we ground balance and hunt. All right, it's ready to go. The ground balance, you simply hold in this green button right here. Click ground balance. And this machine's ready to hunt. And if the machine is running what I would call too stable, you can crank it up on the sensitivity a little bit, but for this area here, right around 2 seems to be about the best without it getting squirrely on me. And I'm going to wear headphones today, and I prefer headphones so I don't get distracted. And believe it or not, everybody asks me what I use for headphones. Most of the time I use good old Minelab supplied Koss UR30 headphones. I really like these headphones. And if I'm not using these, I'm usually using headphones made by Detector Pro. And this now will plug right into the top. And I'm ready to go. And we're going to turn the volume down a little bit, this button here. End up out there. Maybe one more click. Right about here. And I can also change the volume over here and turn it down a little bit. And there we go. Nice and comfortable, and off we go. Well, just dug this little guy. Little piece of lead. Down about 3 inches. Right there. In that hole. Yeah, maybe 2 inches. Not very deep. Hoping that was gold. It sure sounded good for a minute there. So, we're going to keep hunting this hillside. There's still targets here. There's still gold here. That's how I feel about it. Alright, we got a pretty good target here. I don't know if you can hear it if I pull my headphone up here. But I guess if I put these over by that, you can probably hear it. Yeah, we're gonna dig it up, see what we got. Sounds good. Sounds good. Like I said, this area's been hammered, so there really shouldn't be a lot of targets in here. Yeah, it sounds like it might have been right on the surface or close. Which oftentimes means lead. Alright, we captured it. Sounding a lot like a BB. And there it is. A little piece of lead BB. Yeah, well, still hoping for some gold here. Well, taking a little break. Taking a little break. Kind of wore out. No gold yet. Not at all. A few targets. There really aren't a lot of targets left here. There's quite a bit of trash. This old, that old hand riveted part of a strap for something. I had a couple people recently mention that club claims are always hunted out or nothing left. That's not necessarily true. We're on a club claim right now. And I got a nice chunky little piece out of here yesterday. And this area has been in the hands of several different individuals and a couple different clubs. And it's been hunted and hunted and hunted. And here I sit, having gotten a nugget yesterday and hoping for another one today. There's still trash here. Not a lot. Not a lot. And I've talked before about having different tools in the toolbox. Okay, the reason I'm hunting with the SDC 2300 is because it's a pulse induction machine that's very sensitive to small gold at depth. Okay, so this area has been gone over with gold monsters, with gold bug 2s, with just about every kind of fisher and white metal detector you could ever think of. Several of the big pulse induction mine labs have been through here by people, and including me. And I'm trying to give myself an edge by using a little bit different technology. This is multi-period fast, and it's able to hear smaller nuggets, small little chunky ones like I got yesterday, at better depth than the bigger coils on the big PIs, and better depth than the pulse induction too. And the other advantage I have today and yesterday in here is the hot rocks. These guys right here, they're everywhere. And they sound off. And they sound off pretty good, especially on a VLF detector. And this machine just virtually ignores probably 90% of them. I don't even hear them. So I'm able to really concentrate. And this machine's kind of cool in that, I guess I've talked before to you folks about targets. Gold targets aren't always good solid hitting targets. They're not solid. They're not a zip zip or a woo woo, a good solid target. Oftentimes it's no more than a little disturbance in the threshold. And that's why I do wear headphones when I hunt with pulse induction probably almost all the time. With this machine, a funny sounding spot of ground is worth moving a little bit of dirt off the top, because oftentimes that'll be a target. And the ground just sounds funny right there. And after you gain some experience, you start recognizing those areas and you go, wait, that doesn't sound quite right. And you move a little bit of dirt and it'll be a target that was just almost out of range of the machine. This one does a little musical note, which is kind of cool too. Over some nuggets, small nuggets with a funny shape to them, it does a little musical note. And those cases I guessed pretty close, and I'm pretty sure I've got myself a nugget. Yeah, I'm going to take a little break here and relax. And I'm going to get back at it. But there's no one machine that'll do it all. It just isn't. And having a pulse induction and a VLF detector in the toolbox is almost a must if you're going to get real serious about this. If you're kind of doing it part-time or whatever, any detector will do that's made for gold nugget hunting. Simply because you're not concentrating on this and you're not trying to get every little bit of advantage that you can. And it's not cheap getting into nugget shooting. The detectors we use are on the higher end of the scale because of the technology it takes to keep this ground quiet enough for us to actually hear a target in it and make the ground, well, make the ground invisible. That's what we try to do with a metal detector, so we can hear targets in that ground that we've made invisible. I have, like I've said before, several detectors. All of them have a purpose. I may use one in one spot and one in the other. I don't like to get stuck somewhere I find new or something and not have the right detector to do the job for me. And this detector is doing the job for me today. We're going to get back at it after I catch my breath again here, and hopefully we'll get over a nugget before it's over. I got 3 or 4 pieces of lead and a piece of real tiny screen wire. This is all I've gotten today. Woohoo! So we'll get back at it in a minute. As you can see here, some of this material is pretty darn deep, guys. And it's still that basic mudstone-like material. Down here, a lot of it's decomposed and it's not as in distinct layers. It's all been disturbed too down in here for the most part. But it acts like a false bedrock and catches the gold right on top of it. You can see these are tailings piles in there, a lot of it. And we're going to go work right over here in a bit. And if you look on the ground here, you can see a lot of metamorphic rock, volcanic rock. There's a lot of quartz, broken quartz with iron stain on it. Tuft, which is volcanic material. Just all the right stuff. It's all the right stuff. Alright, I'm getting back with it. Well, wouldn't you know, I thought I was digging another piece of trash, and it's not. I saw it once. There it is right there. See that? Yeah, right there's a gold nugget. Little piece of gold. Dirty, but it's gold. Old San Domingo gold. Not as big as yesterday, but I took a BB right there, and I thought this was going to be B-A-B-B, but it wasn't. It's this nice little piece of gold. It's going to look pretty cleaned up. Wahoo, Father's Day gold. All right, it's hot. Doesn't take long. It's late morning and I'm cooking. I got one little piece of gold today and a bunch of crap. Here's my crap. Various bits of lead and BBs and a piece of tin, and that sounded good. That's an old one. And one little flake of gold. Let me get it wet. One little flake of gold. So not bad. Better than nothing. Still fun. They all add up. If you like these videos and you're enjoying seeing a little bit of gold found here and there, and maybe give you a few tips, help you find some gold, like, subscribe, and ring that bell. For now, it's one hot nugget shooter out. Woo! See ya.